Hey everybody, it's Maria and I'm doing the Cozy Autumn Reading Tag. I'm really excited because Lauren Elwood tagged me and this is my first time I've been tagged. So yeah, let's just dive right in. I love fall time. It's one of my very favorite seasons and there are way too many books that need to be addressed this season. So first up, are there any fall reading plans that you have? And I have several. The first up is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I read this in high school, but it's been a really long time, and I know a group that is doing a group read of it, and I thought it would be really fun to do again. It's always interesting reading grown-ups again with an adult perspective as opposed to a high school perspective or a teen perspective, just even a young adult perspective. Since becoming a parent, my thinking has changed on a lot of things. So I'm excited to pick this up and see how it's different. Second is Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale, and this is a World War II historical fiction as far as I know. Everybody has said it's amazing, and I can't wait to read it. The cover just even looks just fallish, and yeah, so I'm excited about that. Third is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second in the Six of Crows duology, and basically it's a heist story. There's a team of, it kind of feels Ocean's 11 like, but it's kind of a fantastical Russia type feel to it. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. I've enjoyed everything else she's written, even though I'm not a huge YA person. Her writing is, descriptive and exciting, and I think it'll be a very cozy read. Fourth is Patrick Rothfuss's The Name of the Wind. I got this started, but I didn't get enough momentum into it before I had to put it down. So I'm excited about reading it, and the cover just looks very, I don't know, fall and winter, so I definitely need to pick this up and finish it. Second question, September means school memories. Which books did you enjoy reading in school, and what were your favorite and least favorite subjects? So this was pretty easy for me. I really enjoy history books and literature books just because those were some of my favorite classes. Science sometimes and math sometimes were not my favorite. It depended on what we were studying, and of course the teacher makes all the difference. So yeah, but history and art and literature are always my favorite, just period. So my favorite books to study: 1984 by George Orwell, as well as Animal Farm, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I took a utopian literature class in high school, and it was probably one of my very favorite classes. This is one of the reasons I probably still enjoy reading about these kinds of societies. I love seeing different rules of how communities are put together or governments are put together, and I think the cool thing about dystopias and utopias are you can kind of see what people think are good ideas and bad ideas and where we kind of reflect ourselves in it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. But my favorite memory associated with this class was my friend actually made me a Valentine. We had to make a Valentine based on one of the societies we read about. And his was from 1984. And he gave it to me, and it was roses are red, violets are blue, Big Brother is watching you, and so am I. And it's still probably my very favorite Valentine I've ever gotten in my whole life. So thank you, Seal. It's still one of my favorite school memories. Yeah, so that was a good one. Another one that I really remember absorbing was in college, actually, and was Warriors Don't Cry, a searing memoir of the battle to integrate Little Rock Central High. And I actually just got this as a audio for my kids to listen to when they get older. And it's by Melba Patillo Beals, winner of the Congressional Gold Medal, which is kind of cool. But this is basically about the integration of the schools in Little Rock during the 60s. And I remember it being the first time I've really thought and seen things through a person of a different race. And it's probably one of the reasons I really enjoy reading memoirs and biographies about people from other cultures and other races, because I realized just how I had blinders on. You always see things through your own perspective until you are able to really live in someone else's shoes. And whenever you read, I feel like you can do that. So this was just a really good good read, and I really enjoyed it. And the other one I actually didn't read in school, but I feel like as an adult I just absorbed it and just could not put it down. And I've mentioned it before, but it's America's Women. I'm actually reading the follow-up right now, which is the history from 1960s onward. And this was just, as a woman from America, this really just hit home as far as getting a masterclass in what it meant to be a woman throughout American history. And it was not easy. While things are definitely not what they should be right now, if you are looking at our politics, you know what I'm talking about. I do feel that this gave me a great appreciation for what our foremothers did before us, and I really appreciated it. So that was a long answer for September. October, do I like scary books or not? The short answer is not really. I don't like a lot of violence and gore. However, I really do enjoy psychological thrillers, and I haven't read tons of them. So if you have any good, again, suggestions for psychological thrillers, unreliable narrators, obviously everybody's heard of Gone Girl and Girl on the Train. I actually really enjoyed Gone Girl, probably because I hadn't read many other books like it. I did not read Girl on the Train yet. But another one that I really enjoyed was called Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson. And it's written by this woman who, when she wakes up in the morning, does not remember her life. And so she's having to constantly relearn what is real, what's not real. She then, halfway through the book, starts meeting with a therapist, which you don't know how long she's been meeting with them, or if what they're saying is correct. You don't know if the husband that she's living with is really her husband. It's really crazy. As you go through, basically you don't know anything about anything, and it keeps changing. And I just appreciated that. So it doesn't have a huge high rating on Goodreads. I think it's only like a 3.5, but I enjoyed it. So November, fireworks and bonfire nights. Which books kept you excited? And I think the one that sticks in my head of me staying up really, really late to read, and I'm sure there were several, but The Circle by Dave Eggers, was a really interesting book, and I actually just heard last week that it's becoming a movie, which is exciting. But it's basically this woman who goes to work at a Google-like empire where social media is king, and she has to participate in social media 24/7, or she becomes a ghost, kind of. Not a real ghost, obviously. That would be kind of a very Halloween type twist on it. But if she doesn't write it down, doesn't record it, it doesn't mean anything. And it really gave you a lot of questions to think about, especially when we're living on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all these things. What's real, what's not? And does it really matter if somebody sees what you are doing? That whole, like, if a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound? I feel like we live in an era where everybody feels you have to tell somebody what you did, or it doesn't matter. That's one of the reasons I stopped using a Fitbit, because I wanted to exercise because I wanted to exercise, not because I wanted to count the steps. And yeah, it was a really good book. I still think about it a lot. Next question is cozy comfort read. And for me, of course, Harry Potter is the easy answer. I could read those like just on a loop over and over and over again. But the one I really enjoyed as a grown-up is The Humans by Matt Haig. There's everything in this. There's thriller, suspense, romance, even some poetry. And then also Frankenstein. It's a weird cozy comfort read. This is probably my favorite book I own because my grandma gave it to me, and it's, yeah, Marvel illustrated it. And I love it. I used to read it every year. I'm due for a reread on it. I haven't read it in a long time, but it's one of my very, very favorite books. So I enjoy that one quite a bit. And the other books that made me think of cozy comfort reads are the ones that I enjoy reading with my kids. And this one, Time for Bed, Sleepyheads, my mom read this to me when I was a baby, I think. It's by Normand and Sandra Chartier, and it's basically these animals going through, tucking their kids in, doing different things. And this book, while I know that it doesn't smell like hot chocolate and it doesn't smell like baby powder because of the pictures in it, in my brain, smell those things when I see this book. And it's way too much money on Amazon because I think everybody else probably found it and was nostalgic, but it's probably one of my very favorite books, and I love sharing it with my kids. And the other one, The 12 Dancing Princesses, and this is actually told by Mariana Mayer and illustrated by K.Y. Craft. This book has just, you can see how worn it is, but it has just beautiful illustrations. My favorite ones are when they're going into the forests and the different ballroom dances, and it's just beautiful. I've been looking for more books illustrated by this illustrator because I just think they were beautiful. And my mom gave me quite an appreciation for good illustrators. I think they're really important. So those are some of the ones that kind of make me feel cozy. And there's a gajillion more, but those are the top ones probably. Next question, your favorite hot drink that you like to enjoy when it's so cold out? And I think all the hot drinks. I enjoy apple cider. I really like hot chocolate, especially if you put a little butterscotch schnapps in or whipped cream vodka or along those lines. But I've also started enjoying chai more often and trying to do more teas and that kind of thing. So yeah, all the hot drinks are good. And finally, are there any autumn plans that you are really looking forward to? I like to do a lot of homemade Christmas presents, so this is the time that I kind of start doing those and making holiday plans as far as that goes. We are doing pumpkin, apple picking, that kind of thing we often do with the kids. And yeah, we had a really crazy September, and we don't have very many plans on the docket for October, which makes me really excited because we might actually just get to sit around and enjoy it and have my husband start a few fires. So I'm really excited about that. Let me know what you are enjoying reading this fall. If you'd like to do the tag, feel free. I'm going to go ahead and tag Katie from Life Between Words, Bay Radley from Bay Radley's channel. She is new. She only has like 9 videos, but she's hilarious. Please check her out. She needs all the subscribers. I am really enjoying her. Leslie from Words of a Reader, and Emily from ARG Schooling, which, Emily, I know you're really busy with other things, but if you feel like doing it, go ahead. So that is all for now. Please like, subscribe, comment below. I love answering everybody's comments on things. And have a great fall. Talk to you later. Bye.